Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, which most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. Hello and welcome to I Am the Change, Michelle Kelly. I started this in 2019 as my New Year's resolution, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video. And here we are in 2023, the end of June, beginning of July. So, and I've had other New Year's resolutions / intentions for the past couple of years. So if you guys want to go back and look at them, this is on YouTube under I Am the Change, Michelle Simon Kelly. And it's also on Instagram. So if you guys, and it's on Facebook too, but I don't know how easy it is to go back and check it out on Facebook. So anyway, my resolution intention this year was not to weigh myself every single day, which I haven't done. I was able to put the scale away about 2 months ago, and then I weighed myself probably, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, like once, and then 3 times in a week. And then I was like, that's it. My scale's back away and I'm not weighing myself anymore. So I get obsessive compulsive with lots of things, not just the scale. I cut my hair myself. I've been cutting it for the past couple of days, and tomorrow I'm gonna go and get it fixed. I'm trying to get the rest of the red off of my hair because I'm growing my gray out, so it's starting to drive me nuts. And I just wanna get all of the color off, and I'm gonna be al natural, but not really. I'm gonna put a big streak in it so I have a little bit of pizzazz. I can't be totally flat, but I want to be myself as much as I possibly can, and I don't wear a mask anymore. I am Michelle, myself, wherever I go. And it's taken me a long time to come back into my body and back into being myself, because I did not know myself for the longest time. And I got to know myself, and I know myself inside and out now, which is amazing. And it's a lot of work. And how I found out who I was is by finding out who I wasn't first. And I found out everything I didn't like first before I could find out what I do like. And you guys, I was talking last week, I had a steroid injection. I couldn't really tell this week if it worked or not. I was so upset because I was still having pain. And then the past 2 days, I've felt better. Today, I did not take any pain medicine for my leg and my back, which is amazing. It's been an entire day, and so far I haven't needed it. So I'm like, I'm so happy that I haven't needed it. But my neck is starting to hurt. So you guys, it's either one thing or the other. Not my neck, but in my shoulder blades. But I bought this thing and I wrote it down because I just started it. It's the 7-minute total body workout. Because you guys, I am not an exerciser. I hate to exercise on purpose, and I don't like to sweat. So I love my line dancing because I don't sweat during my class of line dancing. And it doesn't feel like exercise. I like to do anything that doesn't feel like exercise. If it feels like exercise intentionally, I hate it. So I like to hike, I like to walk, and I like to line dance. And I used to love to roller skate, but I can't do that anymore. So anyway, it's by Meredith Shirk, and it's this 7-minute total body workout, and I bought it like 2 weeks ago, and the first day I did it was yesterday, because that's how long it took me to figure it out and get it on my iPad. And I kept saying, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. And I procrastinated. But anyway, so my body's starting to hurt because I'm going to get buff. I have lots of like wrinkly skin in places I never knew, like in my arm. Like, it's horrible. I'm 51 years old and I'm starting to see like wrinkly skin, and I hate it. But anyway, so I'm going to tone up with the 7-minute body workout, and I can do it. And guess what? I don't sweat during that either. So I'm like, anything that's easy, I will try it. But if it's hard, forget it. So anyway, I don't know if my back is getting better or if the injection worked, but I have to tell you, because I broke up with fear, shame, and guilt, I had a doctor's appointment today with a surgeon that I've been waiting for weeks to go to, and maybe a month or so, maybe 2 months, I can't remember. But anyway, I had this appointment today, and I went to the appointment, and I had to, make my lunch before I go because I was going to be out during lunchtime. So I packed my food up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I go to this appointment, and I get there, and they said, the doctor's running at least an hour behind. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go do a couple errands. And they're like, no, you need to wait here. And out of my mouth came, Jesus, it's like holding me hostage. Well, she goes, you could reschedule if you want to. And I was like, I said, I know this isn't your fault. So I'm like, fine. And I go over and I sit down, and I thought about it. And I'm like, I am not going to be held hostage because his time is more valuable than my time. All of our time is of value, equal value. And when people don't realize that about me or about anyone, they're not the right person for me. And I was saying last week, I get so pissed of doing the right thing, of following my intuition, because it takes a lot of work. Because then I gotta leave, which was fine. But then I either have to reschedule with him if I choose to go back to him, or find another doctor and start all over again, which I will do if I have to. But I hate doing that. So I just decided I'm not going to be held hostage. Like, he wanted to keep us there in case he ran earlier and wanted us to be back there when he was there. And I just went up to the girl and I said, I'd like to get my copay back. And so I did, and I left, and I was able to go to one of my meetings, which I was so happy, and I met like amazing people, and I got to eat my lunch in my meeting. So I didn't go to this big appointment that I was geared up for, because I feel like all of our time is important, and we are all of equal value, and it doesn't matter what your job is or isn't. We're all important. And I feel equal to everyone. And I am on Social Security disability. I am on food stamps. I get help with my electric, which that is ending. I get $30 credit towards my internet, which is awesome. And I still feel equal. I don't feel less than anymore, because I used to feel less than. And it depended on what your job was, like your career. And what I realized who I am is I am a child of God, and so is everyone else. And it's not who you are, it is where you are. And where I am is respecting myself and my time. And I'm able to do that now. And I realize a lot of people aren't able to do that yet. And it's very hard to respect other people's time when you don't respect your own. And it's very hard to respect other people when you don't respect yourself. But I respect and value myself. And they always say, you teach other people how to treat you. And, the old me would have stayed there, got on here, and told you what they did to me. Can you believe this doctor made me wait an hour? And I would call 20 people and tell you how bad the doctor was. But I would stay. I wouldn't taken action after. So a lot of times when I respect myself or do things that are right for me, it requires not only me voicing my opinion, but taking an action step after, like going up to the desk and getting my copay and then leaving, and not being worried if the girls at the desk like me or not, or they think I'm crabby, and I knew it wasn't their fault, and I know they were doing their job. So what I've decided to do for me, because I told you I wrote a letter to my doctor last week, my neck doctor, and I did not hear a response back. It doesn't matter. When things aren't right for me, I keep realizing I need to speak up and let people know. And I can do it with kindness, I can do it with love, and I can do it with compassion now, which before I couldn't. I would be like, you should know. You'll figure it out. Figure it out. People don't figure it out unless people tell them. But I respond better when people talk to me with love, with kindness, and with compassion. And that is what I'm able to do. And I used to be a person who I would get mad, I would get silent, and I would go away and never come back. And you should figure out what you did and why. And if you can't figure it out, I'm not going to tell you. And really, why I wasn't going to tell you is because I couldn't. I didn't know why I did this. I just did it. But now I have my voice back, and I go for help with this. I'm in 3 12-step programs, I've told you guys, and I do a lot of work on this. So I have to constantly refuel, because when I go out into the outside world, even though I do all this internal work, that gets depleted from me like that. And I have to come back and refuel and keep putting in. When I say something, I need to follow the action through. Like, I have to keep doing this over and over. I don't just do it one time and I'm great and it stays that way. The one other thing I want to share with you guys is yesterday, I couldn't leave my house. I just didn't want to go anywhere. And that's not like me. I just did not want to go anywhere. And I stayed in and I got stuff done, I deleted email from 6 years ago. I worked on my computer. I did stuff, but it doesn't feel like work to me. And that's what I keep feeling like. I don't think work should feel like work, because the stuff that I'm doing doesn't feel like work, but it is. So I'm in a good place, but I got upped on my antidepressants. They're upping me up from, I think I was 150 on my Effixor. And now I'm up to 150 plus 37.5. And today I was so tired all day, so tired. And here we have smoke again in Pennsylvania. So it's coming from Canada and these fires again, but I think I felt that yesterday. A lot of times I feel stuff before it happens, and I don't know why until sometimes a day after, sometimes the day of, sometimes weeks after, sometimes months after. So I'm just going to say, this is your sign, signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned, stay safe, and I'll see you all next week.